Hello friends, today in this lecture we are going to discuss numericals on current electricity, in which the first numerical is a voltmeter has resistance of 100 ohm. What will be the reading when it is connected across a cell of EMF 2 volt and internal resistance of 20 ohms. Now as usual, if you observe, the given data is the EMF of cell E is equal to 2 volt, then the internal resistance small r is 20 ohms and the voltmeter resistance capital R, that is 100 ohms. And you know that in voltmeter resistance is always connected in series. Now which formulas we have to use? First formula is, that is V is equal to IR, that is terminal potential difference, and current I is equal to actually E by capital R plus small r, in which the small r is called as internal resistance and capital R is called as external resistance. Now V is equal to I into R, so after substituting this I, we are getting V is equal to E upon R plus R into capital R. Okay, now E is 2 upon capital R 100 plus small r 20 into 100, so if you solve this, it is actually 5 by 3, which is equal to 1.67 volt. Clear? So answer for this question is 1.67 volt. Then second problem, a voltmeter has resistance of 30 ohm. What will be the reading when it is connected across a cell of EMF 2 volt having internal resistance 10 ohm? So same as the previous case, internal resistance is given in the problem, which is 10 ohm, and the EMF of cell is 2 volt. Okay, and capital R is 30 ohm voltmeter resistance. So same formulas, V is equal to I into R, that is terminal PD, terminal potential difference, and I is capital E by capital R plus small r. Now V is equal to E upon R plus R into capital R. Now the revision of all these formulas we have taken when we completed the quick revision, in which the part 2 was dedicated to only formulas. Clear? So all the formulas have been covered in that lecture. So V is equal to E upon capital R plus small r into capital R. Now EMF of cell is 2 volt upon 30 plus 10 into 30. So answer for this question is actually 1 by 2 into 3, that is 1.5 volt. So what is the terminal potential difference? 1.5 volt. In the first problem, terminal potential difference 1.6 volt. What is the interpretation? The EMF of cell is 2 volt and terminal potential difference is 1.67 volt. Here EMF of cell is 2 volt, terminal potential difference is 1.5 volt. Clear? So this is actually voltage, this is a voltage drop across that external resistance, and in that voltage drop we are, for that calculation we are considering the current, and in that current which resistances are contributing, that is first is external resistance and internal resistance. Okay, so whenever you close the key, that time once the current starts flowing in that circuit, then the terminal potential difference is actually less than the EMF of cell. Okay, so that's why V, which is terminal potential difference, is less than capital E. This is an important point here, and from this relation your terminal potential difference V is equal to E minus I into bracket small r plus capital R, in this case if external resistance is provided. So this formula also you have to remember, that is terminal PD is E minus I into bracket R plus capital R. Clear? Okay. Then third problem. Now listen here, actually this R plus R, it is a voltage drop. This is a very important point. This is a voltage drop across that capital R. So whenever we are interested to calculate terminal potential difference across capital R, that time here we have to consider only small r. Why? Because we have to subtract the voltage drop across the internal resistance. So total supplied EMF is 2 volt and some part is lost across internal resistance and remaining is appeared across the external resistance. So that is V is equal to E minus I into capital R. Okay. Now third problem, a battery of EMF 4 volt and internal resistance of 1 ohm is connected parallel with another battery of EMF 1 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. The combination is used to send a current through the external resistance of 2 ohm. Okay. Now calculate the value of current through external resistance. Now first of all we have to draw the diagram from the given problem. In the given problem they have mentioned there are a battery of EMF 4 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. So you have to draw the 4 volt 1 ohm. Okay, then another battery of EMF 1 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm. So another battery of EMF 1 volt and internal resistance is also 1 ohm. Okay, and external resistance is 2 ohm, and you have to calculate the total current flowing through that particular external resistance. So once you have drawn this particular diagram, then it is actually closed loop. So you have to apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, which is the second law in the second loop. Okay, that is A B C D E F G H A. It is a loop in which we have to apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law. So what is that law? Current flowing through this branch is actually I1 plus I2, because this cell is supplying the current I2 and first cell is supplying the current I1. So total current flowing through this branch is I1 plus I2. So actually we are going in the direction of the current, and our tracing direction is also same. So we have to take minus sign, that I have already explained you. So it is minus into bracket I2 plus I1 into this R minus I1 into R1. Why? Because we are going like this. So it is minus I1 into R1, that is small r1, plus E1, because we are going from minus to plus. It means there is a rise in the EMF. So once again I am repeating, minus into bracket I2 plus I1, okay, minus I1 into small r1 plus E1 is equal to 0. This is equation number first. Now we have to substitute the values for capital R and E1. Then we are getting 2I2 plus 3I1 is equal to 4. Okay. Then similarly in the second loop FGHAKJF, if I am applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law, then minus I1 into R1 plus E1, because minus to plus. So this is plus E1 minus E2, because I am applying in this loop, closed loop. So here minus I1 into R1 plus E1 minus E2 plus I2 into R2, because we are going like this. So now in this, for this branch I am going in the direction of current, and direction of tracing and direction of current flow is same. So we have to take minus sign. And in the second branch I am taking what? The direction of the flow of current and the direction of tracing is opposite. That's why I have to take here plus I2 into R2. Clear? Okay. Now we have to substitute. That is R1 internal resistance, E1 minus E2, and again R2, that is internal resistance of second cell. If you substitute this, you are getting I1 minus I2 equal to 3. So actually equation number 1 and equation number 2 are the simultaneous equations. So you have to solve that simultaneous equations, and if you solve this, you are getting I2 is equal to minus 1 ampere and I1 is equal to 2 ampere. Okay, now what is meant by minus 1? What it signifies? It signifies that whatever direction you have assumed while solving the numerical, actual direction is opposite to that of your assumed direction. So that opposition or the opposite directions are represented with the minus sign. So whenever you find minus sign in the numericals, it means whatever direction you have assumed and what is the actual direction, these are different. Clear? Okay, that's why I2 is equal to minus 1 ampere and I1 is equal to 2 ampere. So in this case you are getting I2 as minus 1, I1 as 2. So what is the current flowing through capital R? I2 plus I1. So that is 2 minus 1, that is 1 ampere. Clear? So you are, what is the current flowing through external resistance? 1 ampere. Clear? And what is the external resistance? 2 ohm. So what is the terminal potential difference across external resistance? 2 volt. Okay, if it is asked, then you have to multiply the resistance with the current flowing through that resistance. So current flowing through that resistance is 1 ampere into what is the resistance, that is 2 ohms. So terminal potential difference is 2 volt and current flowing through external resistance is 1 ampere. So in this way we have completed first 3 problems, in which first 2 problems was based on the basic cell, that is the relation between EMF and terminal potential difference, then internal resistance, and last, that is third problem, was based on combination of that particular, what we can say, cells along with Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, now we are going to solve remaining problems. Now we are going to discuss fourth problem. A set of three coils having resistances 10 ohm, 12 ohm and 15 ohm are connected in parallel. This combination is connected in series with the series combination of three cells of same resistances. Calculate the total resistance and current through circuit if battery of EMF 4.1 volt is used for drawing the current. Now basically a set of three coils having resistances 10 ohm, 12 ohm and 15 ohm are connected in parallel. So 10, 12, 15, three resistances are connected in parallel. This combination is actually connected in series with the series combination of three cells of same resistances. It means 10, 12 and 15. Calculate the total resistance and current through circuit if battery of EMF 4.1 volt is used for drawing the current. Now listen here. Total resistance, if we want to calculate the total resistance, first of all 1 upon R dash is 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3, because these 12, 10, 15 are in parallel. That is 1 upon R dash is 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 12 plus 1 upon 15, which is equal to actually 1 by 4. Okay, so R dash is equal to 4 ohms because 1 upon R dash is 1 by 4. So equivalent resistance of these combination which are in parallel is actually how much? 4 ohms. Clear? Equivalent resistance is 4 ohms. Now total resistance means what? This particular equivalent resistance plus 10 ohm plus 12 ohm plus 15 ohm. So R equivalent dash is equal to R dash plus R1 plus R2 plus R3, which is equal to 4 plus 10 plus 12 plus 15. So R equivalent is 41 ohms. So what is the overall resistance? 41 ohms. Now current, I is equal to E upon R equivalent. What is E? 4.1 volt upon R equivalent 41 ohms. So what is the current? 4.1 ampere. So in this way total resistance of the circuit is 41 ohms and total current is 0.1 amperes. Clear? Okay. Now in the fifth question, we have to determine the equivalent resistance of the given circuit. Actually in this, if you observe, there are three loops: loop number 1, loop number 2 and loop number 3. If you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law in the loop number 1, then in the loop number 1 it is actually 20, okay, that is 20 into I minus I1. So this resistance is actually 20 into I minus I1 minus 10 into I1. Clear? So in this case this resistance is 10 into I1 minus 10 times I1 minus I2. So this is also 10. Clear? So 20 into I minus I1 minus 10 I1 minus 10 into bracket I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. So this is a equation number 1, and if you simplify this, 4I1 is equal to actually 2I plus I2 and I is equal to 4I1 minus I2 by 2. Okay, so after simplifying the first equation, you are getting equation number 2, that is I is equal to 4I1 minus I2 upon 2. Now in the loop 2, if you have taken loop 2, then 20I2, so this is 20I2 minus 10I1 minus I2, okay, 10I1 minus I2, okay, minus 10I1 minus I2. So this is actually also 10I1 minus 10 ohms. So 20I2 minus, so this is actually 20I2 minus 10I1 minus I2, and this is actually 20. So this is 10, 10, 20, 20. So 20I2 minus 10I1 minus I2 minus 10 into bracket I minus I2 equal to 0. Loop number 2. From which 4I2 is equal to I plus I1. So 4I2 is equal to I is actually 4I1 minus I2 by 2 plus I1. So I1 is actually 3 by 2 times I2. That is, from loop 2 you are getting equation number 3, that is I1 is equal to 3 by 2 I2. Then in the loop 3, this is a loop 3, 20I minus I1, this is 20I minus I1 plus 10I minus I2 plus 10, this is 10I minus I2 equal to 10. Why? Because actually this is a 10 volt battery. So if you solve this, it is 3I minus 2I1 minus I2 equal to 1. Okay, 3I minus 2I1 minus I2 is equal to 1. Now substitute for I1 3 by 2 I2. From equation number 2, I is 4 I1 minus I2. So you are getting I2 is 2 by 7 amperes, I1 is 3 by 7 amperes, and I is 5 by 7 amperes. Okay. So total current is how much? 5 by 7 amperes. So R equivalent is V by I. So V is 10 upon 5 by 7, which is 14 ohms. So equivalent resistance of the given circuit is 14 ohms, 14 ohms. So in this way, you have to apply 3 KVL in 3 loops, obtain 3 equations, calculate I1, I2, I. Then after calculation of I, you can easily determine the R equivalent, that is V upon I, that is V is 10 upon 5 by 7. Okay. So this question number 4 was based on again combination of cells in parallel and series, and question number 5 is dependent on purely on Kirchhoff's voltage law. So you have to identify the loops. After identification of the loops, mark the loop currents. Okay. So in the first loop, actually current flowing through this particular is I2, then current flowing through first loop is I1. Okay. So with the common branch, if you are considering loop 1, and in the loop 1 individual current is I1, in the loop 2 branch current I2. So common branch for loop 1 and loop 2, what is the current? I1 minus I2. Clear? So that's why you have to take I1 minus I2, and that's why here we have written I1 minus I2. So whenever there is a branch which is common to the both loops, then you have to take I1 minus I2 if you are applying the KVL in that first loop. If you are applying the KVL in second loop, and if that branch is common, you have to take I2 minus I1. Clear? Okay. So in this way I completed 4th and 5th problem. Now we are going to discuss problem number 5, 6 and 6, 7 and 8. Now we are going to discuss problem number 6, which is based on potentiometer. A potential drop per unit length along the wire is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt per meter. If EMF of cell balances against the length 216 centimeter of this wire, then find EMF of cell. Now potential gradient PG is actually 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt per meter, and length L is equal to 216 centimeter, which is 2.16 meter. Now EMF E is equal to K times L, where K is potential gradient. So E is equal to 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 2.16. So E is equal to 10.80 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt, which is 10.80 millivolt. So simply you have to use formula, that is E is proportional to balancing length, and if you remove that proportionality sign, then E is equal to K times L. K is given, L is given. Easily E can be find out, that is 10.80 millivolt. Then problem number 7. A potentiometer wire has a length of 1.5 meter and resistance of 10 ohm. It is connected in series with the cell of EMF 4 volt and internal resistance of 5 ohm. Calculate the potential drop of the potentiometer wire. Length of the wire is given 1.5 meter, capital R, that is resistance of wire 10 ohm, EMF 4 volt, and internal resistance 5 ohm. So potential gradient K is equal to VAB by L, but VAB is nothing but I into RAB or R, and I is nothing but E by R plus R. So if you substitute here, so K is equal to E into R upon L into bracket capital R plus small r. So K is equal to, now listen, E is 4, R is 10 upon L is 150 into bracket 10 plus 5. The 10 why? Because capital R is 10 and small r is 5. So K is equal to 40 upon 2250. So K is equal to 1.777 into 10 raised to minus 2 centimeter. Okay, 1.777 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Okay, so in this way we have calculated the potential gradient. Okay, so basic formula is VAB by L, where VAB is I into R and I is E by capital R plus small r. Now question number 8. Resistance of potentiometer wire is 8 ohms and length is 8 meter. A resistance box and battery of battery of 2 volt are connected in series with it, what should be the resistance in the box if it is desired to have the potential drop of 1 microvolt per millimeter? Now potential gradient is given 1 microvolt per millimeter, resistance of wire is 8 ohm, length of the wire is 8 meter and EMF is 2 volt and K is 1 microvolt per millimeter, that is 10 raised to minus 3 volt per meter. So K is equal to same formula VAB by L, where VAB is I into R upon L. I is actually capital E by capital E upon R plus RE, external resistance plus resistance of wire into R. So R plus RE is equal to ER upon KL. Now substitute, E is 2 into R is 8 upon K is 10 raised to minus 3 into L is 8. So R plus RE is equal to, actually what you are getting, that is 1992 ohms, that is 2000 minus 8. Okay, that is 1992 ohms. So what is the value of external resistance? It is 1.992 kilo ohms. Okay, it is 1.992 kilo ohms. It is the external resistance. So question number 6, 7 and 8, these three problems are based on your potential gradient and concept of potentiometer, and formula is K is equal to V upon L. To discuss next two problems. Problem number 9, when two cells of EMF E1 and E2 are connected in series so as to assist each other, their balancing length on the wire found to be 2.7 meter. When cells are connected so as to oppose their balancing length is 0.3 meter. Compare the EMF of cells. So L1 is equal to 2.7 meter, L2 is equal to 0.3 meter. So using the sum and difference method, E1 by E2 is equal to L1 plus L2 upon L1 minus L2. So E1 upon E2 is equal to L1 is 2.7 plus 0.3 upon 2.7 minus 0.3. So it is 3 upon 2.4, which is 5 by 4. So E1 by E2 is 1.25. Okay, so in this way you can compare the EMF of cells. Problem number 10. The EMF of cell is balanced by the length of 120 centimeter. When cell is shunted by the resistance of 10 ohm, balancing length is reduced by 20 centimeter. Find the internal resistance of cell. Now L1 is equal to 120 centimeter, L2 is equal to 100 centimeter. Why? Because when the cell is shunted by the resistance of 10 ohm, that is capital R, then L2 becomes 20 less than the previous, that is 100 centimeter. So it is directly formula based problem. Internal resistance of cell small r is equal to capital R into bracket L1 by L2 minus 1. So capital R, small r is equal to, capital R is 10 into bracket L1 by L2, 120 by 100 minus 1. So small r is equal to 10 into bracket 6 upon 5 minus 1. So small r is equal to 2 ohms. So in this way we have determined the internal resistance of cell, and also we have compared the two EMF of cell, that is E1 upon E2 is equal to 1.25. Clear? So with this I completed all the problems mentioned in the exercise of the chapter current electricity. Okay, I have taken each and every problem with detailed solution. Also I have taken the quick revision session of this particular chapter, in which I covered two sessions. First was the subjective revision, second was the objective revision. So in the objective revision I completed important formulas which are useful to solve the numerical problems. Clear? So with this I wind up this lecture. So we will meet in the next lecture along with some numericals of new chapter, that is magnetic effect of electric current. Thank you.